Why do people love Cary so much? We are going to be looking at a deep dive of moving to Cary in 2025 to answer those questions for you, so stick around.
All right, so we'll start with the location of Cary because that is a big draw for folks. It's located west of Raleigh and is really well situated between Durham and Raleigh. So if you have a spouse that works in Durham and a spouse that works in Raleigh, Cary's going to be a really great location for that. And it's also close to the Research Triangle Park. It's close to the airport. And from a population standpoint, you know, some folks don't want to work in or live in a small town. Cary is not a small town. The population is right around 180,000. And when you compare that to a place like Chapel Hill, it's almost double the size of Chapel Hill. And a lot of folks, you know, you hear like Raleigh-Durham, Chapel Hill, and so you just assume a place like Chapel Hill is one of the larger areas, but Cary's significantly larger than that.
Yeah, and it's obviously much smaller than Raleigh and Durham, but it is about even twice the size of like nearby Apex and some of the other Wake County suburbs. So it's definitely a good sized town. If you're looking for something that still has a lot to offer, Cary is definitely a good spot to check that out for. So as far as amenities in the area go, Cary is one of our favorite towns as far as green space and access to parks. There are over 30 parks in Cary and over 70 miles of Greenway Trail, which really is incredible for a town of this size. And of the 30 parks that are here, they're just truly impressive. Like, we're in downtown Cary Park right now, which is one of Cary's newest parks, and it's just such an amazing space. Really nice. You have the really big Bond Park. It's going to be your bigger park in Cary. There's so much there with trails and athletic things like boat rentals, all kinds of things at that park. You have just so many great playgrounds in the area, and they do such a good job like keeping that equipment up to date, which you don't necessarily always see in other suburbs around the area. So I really do appreciate that about Cary.
Yeah, and that's obviously a big draw for folks to Cary, the Greenway Trails and the parks. But another part of that amenity piece is shopping. So Cary is one of the few areas that has everything you want, whether it's a Target, a Whole Foods, a Trader Joe's, whatever you can think of, Cary's going to have that, which makes it really appealing to a lot of folks who are looking for an area where they have easy access to that kind of shopping and the park scene.
Yeah, for sure. Just circling back to remind you to subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, and like this video. We put out videos like this on a weekly basis, so be sure to check back next week. So we talked about parks and things like that, which is obviously going to be important for people coming here that have kids. But if you are moving to this area and you're interested in schools, that's an important thing to know, that the Cary schools are located within the Wake County public school system. So those are going to be districted depending on your home address. Cary's a popular place. Some of these schools are capped. So that means, you know, the home that you might be moving to might be assigned to a certain school, but it might be too populated for you to be able to send your kids there. So there could be an overflow school. So that's just something to keep in mind when moving really anywhere within Wake County, but especially Cary, which is just a very popular spot for people relocating to. There are also lots of charter schools and private schools in the area. So you have a lot of options, which can feel a little overwhelming. If you are thinking of moving to the area and you'd like to talk to someone specifically about your school choices, we do have a school consultant that we can hook you up with. So feel free to shoot us a text or an email and we can hook you up with her.
Yeah, absolutely. And one note on the capped schools, you can actually find those on Wake County's website. So it shouldn't be a surprise which schools are capped. They publish the names of those. So it's an easy thing to look up and a good thing to look up.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so another aspect of Cary that's very appealing for folks is the housing. So when it comes to housing in Cary, you have a really good mixture of newer housing and also older established neighborhoods. So it's not like some of the suburbs around Raleigh where it's mainly new construction. Cary has a really good mixture. And in general, if you were to split the different sides of Cary, the west side of Cary tends to be a little newer, and the east side of Cary tends to be a little more of the more established areas.
Yeah, for sure. And if you're curious more on that breakdown, we do have a specific video, East versus West Cary, if you want to take a look at that.
Yeah.
So how affordable is Cary? That is a toughie because Cary is one of the
biggest downside of Cary.
Yeah, the biggest con is one of the most expensive areas in the Triangle to live, with single family median home prices floating around $725,000 over the last 6 months. However, if you're open to something like a townhome or a condo in Cary, that price comes way down to about $420,000. So
not the ones behind us.
Yeah,
the ones behind us are not.
not the luxury ones behind us. But you know, if you want to be in Cary and you don't mind like necessarily not having a yard or something, you can definitely get something affordable here. So don't let it totally scare you off, but it is definitely one of the pricier parts of the Triangle.
Yeah, not to say that Cary isn't overpriced, but the price of Cary, like what Cary offers as a town, I think is pretty unique in our area from like a holistic standpoint. Has all the shopping you need, all the parks you would want, the greenway systems you would want. It's just a really nice area. And so the price point makes sense in comparison to some of the other areas. I think. So,
it makes sense to why so many people want to live in Cary.
Exactly. All right, so when it comes to new construction versus resale, Cary's a really challenging place to get new construction. The bulk of the new construction available in Cary is going to be townhomes. And so it's not that you can't find single family homes that are new construction, but those generally tend to be priced even higher than the average single family price point. And so yeah. And so it's just tough. So when we talk to people who want new construction, who really want to be in Cary, it's possible, but it's either going to be, if you're more in that kind of average price point, it's more going to be looking at townhomes than it is single family homes.
For sure. Yeah, possible, but not probable.
Yeah. But in general, Cary is one of the most, if not the most desirable area in our region, and for very good reason. But we're Zach, Cindy, Honeycutt. We're a couple real estate agents here in the area. So if you are interested in moving or buying or selling, we'd love to be a real estate resource of choice. You can find our contact info below, and you can also find us on Instagram.
Yeah, we'd love to have you follow along on Instagram. You can find us at the Honeycutt Realtors, or you can, if you're interested in like restaurants and things like that in the area, we'd love to have you follow along with our second account, the RDU Buzz. And you can also message us there.
Yep, and we'll see y'all next time.